guys, Ononio, we're back at it again with another video. We are about to jump straight into it, as we always do. If you're not having a good day, it's not too late to turn that energy around, as I like to always say, right? Right. So today we are going to be speaking about women. Us women, it's all about us today. Yay. Today we are going to be speaking about women and the role that we play in today's society and how we can better mold ourselves to become who we are supposed to become from like a spiritual state, if that makes sense, from within, not the societal state of what they have been teaching us of how or who we should be as women, right? For starters, I want to say this. When I was younger, I was someone who I always saw myself being married, right? I literally told myself about the age of 25, I'm going to be married, I'm going to have my family, I'm going to have my husband, he's going to treat me and worship the God that I walk on, right? As I'm getting older and the more that I'm moving into my divine feminine energy, I am realizing that it's not our place to spend the majority of our life wanting to marry, wanting to basically find that significant other, find that one who will come and love you through thick and thin, who will love you through all of your trauma, love you through the amount of children that you have, and so this and so forth, right? We kind of mold, the society has helped us mold this image into our head that we are nothing without a husband, we are nothing without a man. You can only go so far within your life before a man comes to help pull you out of your state that you're in, right? If it's not that, then it's like you're this hyper independent woman who the reason why you don't have a man is because you're overly hyper independent in certain areas. The reason why you don't have a man is because you have too many children. The reason why you don't have a man is because you're too bitter. The reason why you don't have a man is because you're not attractive enough. The reason why you don't have a man is because you're too much of a dream girl and no man wants to marry their dream girl. It's always this and that pulling us this way, that way, of every single idealistic way that the man has literally molded into the woman's mind of why she should or should not be picked as the bride, right? Of course, we also have this trend going on where the woman is kind of stepping forth within her power to kind of like dominate over the man, right? She's using her independence as her energy source, as her power source, to never allow anything outside of herself to take from her, right? That's cool as well. But it's in vain if you're using it to kind of like get back at the divine masculine, if you're using it to get back at the divine, like if you're using it to get back at a man, if you're using your hyper independence, you're using your dominance, you're still using your feminine energy in an incorrect mannerism, right? If you're overly pouring or trying to pour into men during this time frame, you are giving your energy in the wrong area as well. At this very moment, what the universe needs from us as women is to like rise in our power, right? The only way that we can truly rise in our power is to understand who we are without being next to a man, right? Without having to feel that we have to do this overly search for a man to come and heal us in areas where the way that it's designed and set up, the man is supposed to be there for us to use as a catalyst as far as when it comes to our healing, when it comes to us understanding and learning different things, right? But at the same time, the man fails whenever the woman does not understand her complete role as that woman, as that feminine. So it's like we are overly giving our power to men in areas where it's imbalanced. So now we have this sense of an imbalance around the entire world when it comes to masculine and feminine energy and the correct mannerism of how it's supposed to display itself. We as women are not meant to be caretakers and wives. That is the very last thing that God brought you on this earth to do, is to marry and settle down and have a family. Like, when God created you, you really think that he was like, oh, I'm going to create this fire, beautiful ass woman with all these different things to attribute and contribute to this world, for her to then go and ball herself up into this ball of energy that's only meant for that one man who is her husband. No, that is not the way that the divine feminine energy works. The divine feminine, in order for us to truly uprise the masculine energy, we have to stop allowing men to so quickly pull us away, so quickly get us in this marriage, get us into this relationship, because men are not slow. Men understand the power of the woman. Men understand what a woman can do on his side. Men understand that most men are stuck. It's like women have this idea that we are the ones that are stuck until a man comes and like uplift us, right? or we can only go so far without that masculine support, which is true. The masculine needs the feminine, and the feminine needs the masculine, right? I was told it's like a electronic and a magnitude type of energy, right? Magnesium, electronic magnesium. It's like the feminine and the masculine both need each other, right? So if you have been brought and placed upon this earth, right, you have so many things to contribute to not just one man but multiple men, right? In areas where it's not about sexual relations, it's not about any of the worldly things that the world has tried to mold us to believe that it's about. It's not about any of these things. It's about you literally understanding your role as a woman, and that you are to go and to teach multiple men, not just one man. You are supposed to teach multiple men. Men are not slow. Men understand this. Men understand that a woman could go a really long time within her age range and enjoy the bliss. She can enjoy the fullness of what different men have to offer her, because that masculine role is to continue to feed and pour into that divine feminine, right? And vice versa. The divine feminine energy is to pour into help the masculine create as well, right? And so it's like, if women are being snatched away from the timeline of what we're supposed to be on by selfish men, by men who don't even understand your role as a woman, men who want to harness your power for himself so that he can build off of your divine essence as a woman, and then go back and install in your head that it's because of him, or it's because of the both of you guys as to why you have built as much as you built. But in all honesty, without the feminine energy going to charge that masculine is like a dead battery, literally, right? And so it's like, if the woman is continuing to pour into that dead battery, right, and then this man does not probably even know what to do with this energy, he is wasting your energy, he's wasting your life force. You die of misery and discomfort because you were not too much to stand in your power and say that fuck a marriage, fuck the paperwork, I want a divorce, I don't want to be with you anymore, I want to experience other men, I want to experience different things out of life. We are too afraid to just simply say that. We're too afraid to just simply say, hey, I actually want to enjoy myself. I'm actually tired of living with a piggish ass man, and I want to just enjoy me, right? And I'm not saying that this is everyone's story, because some women have beautiful ass husbands, right? As women, some of us have really beautiful husbands, and I'm going to get into that because I said some of us have really beautiful husbands, and I'm not married, right? So I want to get into that as well. But it's like, the woman could have these beautiful options when it comes to men, right? But at the end of the day, you're still misusing your feminine energy in an incorrect manner, because you're only given to that one particular man, mainly because that man has convinced you of that you are only supposed to give to one man, right? Or you're only supposed to give all of your energy to this one man. And then marriage comes with all of these damn rules that apply with it, right? Let me tell y'all something. I want to break down the feminine energy as well. I want to break down what I was saying with the Lilith energy, with the Eve energy, with the High Priestess energy, with the Sophia energy, right? Men, bro, I'm telling you, men are not slow. Men know who they can marry. They know who they can trick and convince to marry them. And men knows who they would never, they know not to ever get on their fucking knees for certain women. You know what I'm saying? Because they know the answer to that. Because maybe he understands the archetype of that woman and how she displays herself, right? So when it comes to men, we have to go back to a man's design type, a man's archetype, the way that God designed this man to be, right? Is meaning that you cannot take this out of the man. He only understands himself to build himself, right? So you have the man who is meant to sin. The man is everything. The most of the things they tell you about a man that's like, oh, is he like men act like this because they're just men. Some of those sayings can be stretches, but most of the time this is legit true. It's not false. Some men have more composure than what other men do, right? Some men you can take along your journey for the rest of your life, and that man will be a very good man to you. But you're not finna lie and convince me that throughout your entire marriage, that man did not switch and change on you to the point where you were almost disgusted by this man wanting a divorce, right? But you happen to kind of like overly overcome this energy, right? And you guys are good now. Or a man who you marry this man, and then years down the line you're like, who the fuck did I marry? Or you marry this man and everything is still peaches and good, but something within you does not feel satisfied. Like, this man is perfect for me, but at the same time I feel something is missing. It's because it is. You signed a paper to give over your freedom. Marriage was never enriched with woman. What the fuck do you mean? Like, I'm going to go sign off a paper to be to one man for the rest of my life, especially at a young ass age where God needs you to experience multiple men so that you can install what you need to install into those men and heal those men. If you are so quick to jump into a marriage or a relationship because of whatever reasons, and then that man dictates over you, that man doesn't allow you to have guy friends, that man doesn't allow you to experience, or you're just too afraid to experience because of your insecurities of how you feel that he will go out and experience as well. This is not the normal way of human like adequacy. This is not the normal way that humans should be like applying themselves, if that makes sense. We shouldn't be jumping into marriages and then like literally like enslaving each other. What the heck? Because of our insecurities and amongst other things. And yes, you have some marriages that are very spiritual. You have some marriages that are very beautiful, right? I'm not taking from no man who is a great and beautiful husband. You are an amazing man. I'm not taking from you as a husband, right? It is for my women to understand our role as the feminine energy. And if you are currently with, if you're currently married and you're with someone who any of these things like rung a bell to you, like yes, baby, you moved a little bit too fast. It's like it's literally never too late to get your energy back. It's never too late to get yourself back, right? You do not allow any man to trap you into your death date. Like leave, sis. Leave. This is your year to go and leave and experience you and allow God to work through you so that he can heal man as well. We don't care about society standards. We don't care about what your mother think, what your great grandmother think. We don't care about any of those things, right? We just want to heal. We just want to grow. We don't care about what the children think. We don't give a damn. If you need to leave, leave. If you figured out that you are with a man that you're like, who the did I marry? Divorce him. Like that is where God is bringing us to. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no reason at all why you should be stuck in any type of marriage or any type of commitment where a man is not given and doing exactly what he's supposed to do as that masculine, which is allow that feminine to be. If that masculine is not allowing you to be in your feminine energy, how you choose to display your feminine energy, yeah, I need you to get your freedom back, right? So it's like man was like cursed. It's a little sad, but it's how they design type are. These men are programmed to be a certain way, to think a certain way, to act a certain way as well, right? And it's like it's not until the woman fully understands the masculine until she rises in her power, right? So you have Eve, right? I mean, you have Lilith. Lilith does not want to marry neither. Lilith is not going to marry. You know why? Because Lilith knows exactly what Sophia knows, which is that men they have a certain design type for a certain reason, right? And as men and women, if we're not using each other properly how we are supposed to, that's why we have so many people out here killing each other. That's why you have so many people out here abusing each other as well. You have so many people out here cheating on each other. You have so many women in marriages where they're like a single mom and you're married. You have so many marriages where that man has a lot of control over that woman, and it's like ever since she signed some fucking papers, she is like stuck to this man. Like, leave, get out. Like, you hear me? Get out. And so it's like the Lilith understands. The difference between Lilith and Sophia is Lilith uses all of her power in a dark ass mannerism way. She uses her power to get whatever the fuck she wants from and out of a man. She looks at the man like a mortal nothing being. Like, you know what I'm saying? She doesn't respect him at all. She has little to no respect for him. Lilith also plays a role, right? So she will play a part. She is the one to go and mimic and shift herself to be a yes man to that man, to go and do whatever it is that man want her to do, whatever it is that he's saying, because she gets a sense of power over his placement, if that makes sense. Like, she is kind of obsessed with his role as playing that overly dominant masculine energy, like that abusive masculine energy. Lilith is the one who usually goes for the abusive masculine, and she kind of chooses to nurture this energy, and she wants to kind of like give every explanation as to every explanation to kind of justify his actions, right? And she will never leave him neither. Like, she is part of the reason why he never rises in his power, right? So you have a lot of Liliths running around here. You have Eve, right? Eve like she kind of has grown out of that Lilith energy, but she still has a lot of shyness to her. So this is the woman who kind of like mold herself up to be like a high priestess. She's the one to kind of like portray the image of oh, I'm this beautiful divine essence type of being, and meanwhile she is like the child of hell. You know what I'm saying? Eve is like a polished up Lilith. She comes to destroy the man as well, and she kind of destroys the man a little worse because Lilith, you can see a Lilith like 10,000 miles away. Eve polishes herself up, so you wouldn't necessarily know that it's an Eve. For you would think that it's something good for you, and meanwhile, bam, you biting the forbidden fruit, and then you're stuck, right? You're stuck with. Okay, so it goes from that to the high priestess, right? The high priestess is like the all-seeing, all-knowing. This is like the goddess type of energy. This is the woman who she's rising out of her Eve and Lilith energy more into her power, right? And at this point, she kind of like begins to study the masculine, understand how he is, understand what he needs, and where she has lacked to kind of like help mold the masculine into being who he is, right? This woman will probably go off to marry a man, and she will probably be somewhat satisfied within her life with this marriage. She will be someone who has a pretty good guy who's someone on his shoulder, you know what I mean? But it's still that trickery because again, the masculine energy has been cursed, right? So it's like it doesn't matter how much that man is polished up or how much this man has worked on himself as a collective, how men have worked on themselves as a collective. The woman has not risen in her power, so men are in a falsehood of power right now, right? So it's like you as a woman, when you're in this masculine here, the thing about the masculine is this is the way that he is designed, right? This is how he is designed to be. He only respects Sophia truly. I kid you not, the masculine only truly respects a Sophia. You know why? Because the Sophia does not respect him, because she understands how he is not in his power. That Sophia can rise the man to his power, to his full life and being. So he is obsessed with the Sophia goddess type energy. This is like when the Sophia rises, all men come. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's no if, ands, or buts about it. The man has no choice but to follow the Sophia because she is who is going to bring him to his immense power. And trust me, that man wants that immense power, right? So if you are not the Sophia, you need to rise to become the Sophia, right? He basically dies for Sophia approval until he finds her. Like he's forever not satisfied in any of his relationships because again, within himself, he understands that he needs that God, the all-seeing like God power from a woman in order for him to truly rise within himself. He treats the rest like they're beneath him. In like a high priestess, he's gonna treat like she's beneath him. Eve, he's going to treat like she's beneath him. Lilith, he's going to treat definitely. He's the most horrible to Elizabeth. Eve coming second, he can't play that shit with a high priestess, but he still tries it, right? But with the Sophia energy though, like, no, it ain't no getting anything past her. It's like you have no choice but the rods will be destroyed as the man. So it's like a man truly understands this within himself, right? So again, I'm summing it all back up to, as a woman, one of the most dangerous things that you can do to kind of like hold yourself is to be so quickly to think that this entire society is based off you finding love, when God needs us to find us right now. God needs us to understand who we are as women first, because these men are suffering because of us. These men are suffering because a woman does not truly know her place and her power. You are supposed to destroy any man that comes and tries to rise up against you, as in you are not that, because you are that. You know what I mean? And it's like men truly respect the Sophia. He cannot play with the Sophia, even down to like murder. Like the Sophia probably has hella death threats from the masculines. You get what I'm saying? Because the Sophia is the one to basically like not taking no type of shit from him, even down to his little weak ass threats. She's not intimidated by his threats. He feels it within his power that she is not the one to fuck with, right? So it's like us women, we need to rise to our Sophia energy. We need to stop allowing men to run over us, treat us however, talk to us however, and then we finally, because you're done with a man treating you and talking to you however, you turn into this hateful, spirited type of divine feminine. Or it's like yeah, you think is dark, divine, feminine energy, but really that masculine is still controlling you. He's still puppeting you because you're feeling a certain type of way that masculine has over time made you feel like, right? The true Sophia energy doesn't give a shit about the masculine, and she does not carry any of his shit with her, right? So the masculine will never be able to turn the Sophia into anything besides what God designed her to be. He would never be able to install any of these toxic, negative, nasty traits. She would only ricochet all of his attacks and make him rise, right? Because again, the men were cursed, especially when they were like the men were cursed, right? Until as women you understand this, that the man is like a curse to us to certain degrees, that man will forever still be a curse to you, right? You need to understand why that man has fallen from his power, why he does not have his power, why you have your power, and what you are supposed to do to help him rise back into his power, right? A lot of my men are not going to like this, but it's okay. Some of my women are not going to like this as well, especially if you are a woman that is within a marriage, or you are what I would like to consider like again, within the Lilith energy, the Eve energy, where you're kind of trying to like protect the masculine. You're kind of trying to baby him. Oh, they can't be true, or this can't be true, or no, they only act like this because of this or because of that. No, they act like that because they're fucking cursed, and because we are the ones to break them of that shit. And until we realize that within ourselves, we're gonna forever be babyfying men, and we're gonna forever be dealing with a bunch of grown men who are throwing temper tantrums. And could I be projecting some? A little bit, right? But even through my projection is wisdom.